Hello! So in this video, I made a huge update to my Fractal World mod, and now it works in all the dimensions, and I added a whole bunch of new features, and I would love to show you them. So starting here, since we're already in the end, I made this a constant fractal, just a Mandelbrot, and it'll always be the same size. So this mod will be playable in survival, pretty much no matter what. Further out, the end islands are normal because every attempt at making them cool just wasn't cool, so they're cool enough already. So next up is the Overworld and the Nether. Now, the Overworld still works the exact same. It has tons of settings, which I've been working on for the past few months, and you can still make any old fractal that you want. Now, the Nether actually represents this, and if you go to the Nether, then it will be an exact 1/8 scale version of the Overworld. So this means if you build a portal here, you can actually get to the Nether and still be on the fractal. So if we just make a little portal real quick, we should see well, before we get there, I actually had to make a system that would work to send you to the Nether without just killing you. So it'll put you in outer space for a minute, and once it's ready, it should teleport you down. Like that. And you should be relatively safe. It's going to be pretty laggy because obviously you're loading a fractal. I'll probably end up remaking the portal, but currently that's kind of its own problem. And this only happens the first time. If you go back to the Overworld, any place that's already been loaded, you can just get there normally. But for new places, if this doesn't do that weird system, you'll actually fall into the void, so this is the fix to that. So if we explore the Nether a little bit, you will actually find some pretty weird stuff. For example, this is a nether fortress, and just like the rest of the structures in this mod, it has been pretty warped. I mean, just look at that bridge, that looks kind of awesome. No, wait, look at that. So, this fortress still relatively works. There's a blaze spawner somewhere, but since the entire fortress was moved, the bounding box didn't really move with it, so a lot of structures will be pretty broken, including chests. You might also notice there is some floating soul sand, and that's because I didn't actually finish. I thought the only top block in the Nether was netherrack, so I'll fix that. But one more thing you might notice is that there is no nether roof. And this is because, to make the mod work, I'm actually destroying the nether roof. So if we look at this, you can see that it's destroying the nether roof by the first roughly 90 blocks, and then moving everything. So this process is actually really fun to watch. You can see like eating the world. But yeah, it kind of turns the Nether into the Overworld and then messes with it. This way it's more manageable, and the entire surface isn't just bedrock, because that'd be quite weird. So this could actually be quite useful for exploring. So let's say you're trying to find a place that you want to live, or just find a really cool mountain in the Fractal world. You could actually easily travel by the Nether, since it's 8 times smaller. And let's say you find some cool area, like this. You just make a quick portal. And once you get to the Overworld, again, after this loading is complete, and as you can see, so now that this mod is playable in survival, I'll be trying to beat this in my next video. Although I'm about to be really busy with college, so I'm not sure if that video will come out tomorrow or in like a week. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, I also added some other pretty cool changes unrelated to this, so I would like to show you that. So the next thing I changed is the coordinate system. I finally fixed it, so the fractal coordinates work with the Minecraft coordinates. So, as you can see, I'm standing on 0, 0, and if I just fly out for a second, you'll see that I'm actually in the middle of the fractal, which is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And this makes it work with the Nether, because now that it's actually centered, I can scale it up and down, and it'll just work correctly. So now that this is working correctly, and it's centered, I can make the scale much bigger. So the scale limit was increased to the integer bit limit, so you can make gigantic fractals hundreds of times the size of a Minecraft world, and you can also raise the amount of maximum iterations that this uses, so you can get even higher detail. I think I set the max to like 10,000. I haven't really tested the higher max iterations, but it should be working just fine. And lastly, I added a way to change the world offset, so you can move the center of the world to wherever you want. So, by default it's at 0, 0, and you probably shouldn't mess with it. So you can set this by doing Fractal World Set, Fractal Offset, and just put complex plane coordinates here. So for example, if I just do 0, -1, and reset this, we should see the entire thing moves just 1 that way. Yeah. So, you could also just find complex plane coordinates, like from here, and then make the center of the world one of these really detailed areas. And that might be cool, although for most people you probably don't need this unless you're making a gigantic fractal. But that's up to you. So yeah, that's pretty much all the changes I made. This was really difficult for me to make. I had to redo pretty much most of the mod just to get it working in different dimensions. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to use this mod, it'll be free, and it'll be on my Modrinth page, as per usual. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!